Hello, hello, hello. My name is Paula Herlock. Welcome to my channel. And today's video is really about the time. I know it seems as if I'm some kind of timekeeper. But anyway, here I am trying to be the timekeeper in your life. And it's not really just marking time, but making you aware or reminding you of natural time and natural cycles. I can like remember just a few weeks ago, it feels like just a few weeks ago, I was doing a video on February 17th signaling the beginning of the Chinese New Year, which was also a new moon and also the beginning of Lent and a whole bunch of other things simultaneously were happening. Now we are here in April, and apparently there's a whole set of things also happening in April. No, I'm not an astrologer, but I'll tell you what they are saying and what they say it means because I really have no proof. But I can feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my sleep patterns that something is shifting, something is happening. So, what they are saying is that we have a new moon today. Um, it's a new moon in Aries in Western astrology, a new moon in Pisces in Vedic astrology. What they say though is that from a cosmic standpoint, there are over 7 planets piled into one um, sign, and that set of planets piled into one sign, which is, I think it's Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, the Sun, all in one planet, meaning there's going to be intensity. So, if you have been experiencing intensity over the last couple of weeks, you are not alone. Um, I'm interacting with lots of people at this time. I'm interacting with a group, an online community, and everybody is experiencing intensity at the personal level, at the familial level, at the professional level, at the interpersonal level. Everybody is going through something. So don't feel like it's only you. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video is just to emphasize that one small fact. It's not just you. Everybody's going through it because what they're saying is that we've not had a configuration like this in, some people say 4,000 years, some people say 9,000 years. I don't know. I'm just telling you what they're saying. It hasn't happened for a very long time. And what many are saying is that it's the signaling of the changing of the guard. Okay? Systems are about to change. They're supposed to be transitioning from one system into another. Some of us like to say Babylon is falling. Some like to say society as we know is crumbling. What we do know is that there is some kind of transition taking place. And, as above, so below. So expect transitions also in your personal life. Things are changing. Okay. The trick is not to hold on to anything that seems to be slipping away from you, not to hold on to a job that is slipping away from you, not to hold on to a relationship that is slipping away from you, not to hold on to a place of abode that is slipping away from you. All that is slipping away from you is to make way for something else. So if you're holding on to it, naturally, you're not going to get the other thing. So the trick is to remain calm, remain as neutral as you can emotionally, because you don't want to have a charge, an emotional charge associated with what is slipping away. You want to be as calm as possible. Let it go. Let it go and understand that if it was yours, you would have it. If it's not, then it's not yours, and something better is coming. Okay? I know of several persons who, over the last 3 weeks, have been, either their contract wasn't renewed or it wasn't renewed the way they expected it to. They're having lots of challenges at work. They're having lots of conflicts at work, and they're wondering if they should leave. Here is my, you know, somebody told me I shouldn't give advice, but here is some guidance that I will share, and you can take it or leave it, whatever feels good. Now is a good time to take a chance and leave a situation that you would normally not leave, because the universe is going to be supporting you. It is the time of change. It is the time of transition. So you will be supported. It's going to feel awkward like all change feels, but know that now is actually the time for bold moves, for doing things that you would not normally do. And someone actually shared with me um, a post from Spirit Daughter, and it says how to prepare for the new moon in Aries. And remember, I said it's new moon in Aries for Western astrology, but it's new moon in Pisces for I think Vedic and uh, uh, tropical. Sorry, I think I said something wrong. Anyway, let me read. It says, and this is from Spirit Daughter on IG. It says, set a bold intention. Aries is a sign of new beginnings. This is the most powerful new moon of the year to decide what you want and declare it out loud. Write it down. Say it like you mean it. The universe is listening. Take one brave action. That's the next thing that they're saying. Take one brave action. Aries energy is not about waiting. Before this moon arrives, do one thing that scares you just a little. Send the message, start a project, say yes to yourself first. Movement creates momentum. Let me repeat that. Movement creates momentum. And then the last thing, release what holds you back. This new moon is planting seeds in the fire. Anything heavy, old, or no longer yours to carry needs to go. Let go of the story that says you are not ready, because you are. And some journal prompts. What would I go after if I knew I could not fail? Okay, that's number one. What would I go after if I knew I could not fail? So get your journal and answer these questions. What would I go after if I knew I could not fail? Number two, where have I been playing small? Number three, what does the bravest version of me look like right now? So those are just some questions that you can ask yourself and answer in your journal, right? So be not afraid. There's going to be changes not only at the personal level, there's also going to be changes at the collective level. And so everybody is saying, look out for something dramatic happening. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a shocker. The main thing to do is to remain calm and remain neutral. Do not get overly excited or scared. Remember, a lot of what is happening now is to make us scared, because fear is an energy that they harvest. They literally harvest. And when I say they, you know who I'm talking about, the powers that were. They have equipment, they have technology that feeds on our fear. So the main thing is to be calm. Keep your wits about you. Everybody's, and my last video I spoke about the fuel shock, the fact that most countries now are just about running out of their storage of fuel. And so governments are going to start to initiate, rationing and mechanisms and policies for conserving, right? The key is to make your preparations so that you will be able to survive for a good while. And when I say survive, I don't mean the creature comforts that you're accustomed to. Get the things that you really need: your food, your water, your fresh seeds, so that you can plant. Because let me tell you something, sprouts are one of the most nutritious things that you can consume. So even just getting a lot of mung beans and lentils and all of those kinds of legumes or dried grain, and keeping them, if there's an emergency and you're not able to go to a supermarket, you can get some soil together in a pot and sprout it for a couple of days, and you'll have something that you can make into a salad and consume. Or you can add it to water and beat it and get a nice green chlorophyll filled liquid that you can consume, and it would nourish you. Okay, this is the kind of thing. Do your research. Make sure your algorithms right now are showing you about what kind of plants are the best plants to grow quickly that you can feed yourself or your family. Start to learn your herbs so that if anything and you're not feeling well, you can know what herbs you can take should you be out of, paracetamol and Tums and the things that we're so accustomed to. Remember, our forefathers never had pharmacies or hospitals. They took care of themselves from the land, from the plants, right? Learn those things, learn what to do if there are any kind of emergencies that involve fires or smoke inhalation. Learn where the little rivers and streams are in your general area. Learn the escape routes that are not utilizing the highway. Learn little things like that. No fear, just put those things on the front burner so you and your family members and your children can know these things, right? So, on a personal level, what are we experiencing? A lot of people are reaching out to me with intense dreams, intensification of everything that they ever experienced before. People who had, some spiritual gifts, they're realizing they're getting stronger. Their intuition is getting stronger. Their dreams are getting more vivid. If they never used to fly before, they're flying now. Those kinds of things. Do not get bewildered. The entire humanity is having a DNA upgrade, and that DNA upgrade is coming from the successive, solar flares and geomagnetic weather that we have been having for the last couple of months. In fact, I would say for the last 5 years, we've been having very intense geomagnetic weather and solar weather. And of course, all of that is connected to the spiritual awakening that's taking place with humanity. Okay? So just know that everything is going to intensify. Do your research, keep on reading, see where spirit is leading you in terms of information that's coming to you. And do not be afraid. Don't block any new information and say, oh, no, that's not what I learned in school. We are going to find out now that a lot of the things that we are told were facts are not facts at all, right? And we must be ready and open and receptive to the new information that we're going to be given. The truth is, it's time for us to start to embrace the truths, right? It is our resistance to truth, general resistance to truth, that keeps everything locked in the same paradigms that it currently is locked in right now. We believe in religion, we believe in politics, we believe in science. Science is only about 70, 90 years old, okay? And they've told us a lot of things about the human body. They've told us so many things about gravity and how everything works. And now we're finding out that a lot of them were fabrications to keep us from the truth and to keep us from knowing how powerful we are. Energy being free um, to us, that's been kept from us as well. And so we need to believe in ourselves. If you go to bed and you get an idea for creating a machine or a blend of something, don't sleep on the idea. Get up and attempt it. There's a reason why the idea came to you, right? We need to also look at leadership in a different way. We need to understand that the people that we look up to as our leaders are really just manipulators and exploiters. And we need to start to look at ourselves and people in our groups as the new leaders, people who love, people who foster harmony, people who have vision, people who have compassion. Those are what new earth leaders look like. So we need to start to reframe our idea of what leadership looks like. Um, our value system also, we need to start to reframe, right? We've been conditioned to think pretty car, pretty house, lots of money in the bank, lots of women, lots of men, plastic surgery, new body. Those are indicators of success and wealth, right? But I hope that everybody is able to see that in just a few hours, the wealthiest axis on the planet, the Middle East, has been plunged into war, and nothing, all the fancy tall glass buildings and filled with $1 million cars and so on, none of those things are able to prevent the war from happening. None of those things are able to save the owners of those things. So don't get distracted by those people that are encouraging you to go buy crypto so that you can become a new millionaire overnight and jump on that thing of making a lot of money from war. Yes, in the 30s and so on, when they had the depression and they had the wars, lots of people became millionaires from wars, but that is not the right ethic. That's not clean money either, right? So don't get distracted and encouraged by people who are trying to show you how you can profit from war and profit from people's suffering. Okay? Don't go down that road. Right? You, if you listen and take time in silence and stillness, not scrolling, take time in your silence and your stillness, you will be guided as to what you should be doing in preparation for this next dispensation. You will be guided as to where to go, what to do, and who to associate with. Okay? So, this video is really just reminding you again that we are at the new moon, reminding you again it's a time of new beginnings, reminding you again that there's a lot of planets um, piled into one house, which means there's a lot of intensity, a lot of fiery energy, a lot of warlike energy, but a lot of energy for you to make bold moves the likes of which you have never made before. decisions the likes of which you have never made before. The time is right for it now. So take your chances. Yeah. And then just to become aware of what is unfolding around you so that you can position yourself properly and you can make the requisite preparations to make sure that you and your family are safe. Remember, this is one thing that I keep saying now that I wasn't saying 2 years ago, and that's because I myself have seen or have begun to understand things a little more. I remember some years back I was saying, move now, go to the safe zones. There's some areas that are going to be safe from war and disaster. Find those locations. But now I'm singing a different tune. I'm saying wherever you are, if you are carrying the right vibration, that will be the safe zone. And you can cultivate the safe zone wherever you are. You cultivate the safe zone by carrying a certain vibration, by making sure you spend time in silence, time bringing in the light, connecting to the earth, growing your energy field stronger and wider and bigger, balancing your auras, strengthening your power of speech, strengthening your third eye, your ability to see and the ability to envision, and strengthening your divine connection. When you do those things, you will be safe. You don't have to go anywhere. I tell people all the time, in the Bible, they would speak of those wicked cities that had to be destroyed. And God said, if I can find one righteous man, I will save that city. Well, I want you guys to start to consider yourself and make yourself into that one righteous man so that the Creator, God, Divine Source will save the location, the locality where you are. Okay, we've seen it so many times when disasters take place, when wars take place, when fires take place, and you'll just see this house. Everything else is destroyed, and you'll see one house standing, and nobody understands why. It's called divine protection, and all of us have access to it. So start to cultivate that divine connection so that you will be able to access divine protection when the time comes, if the time comes. Just know, just know that you are entitled to that divine protection by your deeds, by your heart, right? And know that your awareness of what's happening and your cultivation of that vision of heaven on earth will start to shift the reality to the one we want, which is heaven on earth. Egregore, you can do the research on what egregore is. Egregore is an energy that is created when enough people hold a vision of something. So we have religious egregore, we have political egregore. It's the thing that locks reality into place, right? So if enough of us are thinking about heaven on earth and envisioning heaven on earth, we will create the egregore of heaven on earth for us to live in. Okay? So just know that you are not a powerless bystander to all of what is unfolding. You have a significant role to play in holding a particular vision and a particular vibration to bring in what we want. We've been complaining and saying that we want Babylon to crumble and we want Babylon to burn down. Guess what? It's happening now. So we can't backpedal. We have to move forward in confidence, knowing that when the bad thing breaks away, there will be a beautiful replacement for us. So hold tight to your vision and remember to join me tomorrow for our 2-2 meditation right here on YouTube. You're also noticing that all our portal meditation dates happen to be on new moons for the rest of the year. that is significant. So I will see you all tomorrow. Share this video to those persons who you think will resonate with what I've just shared. And of course, I also will see you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Jamaica time, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you tomorrow.